What's up, everybody? I'm the Nerf Modding Nerd, and this is Nerf News. Today we have some really weird and quirky stuff. So starting off, we're going to be starting off with the quirky stuff, and this is Orange Modworks making real blasters, which is really weird because they do mod parts. So this right here, we don't have a name for it yet, but it looks pretty terrible. It has a battery tray, it seems, and it takes a half-dart magazine, but it also has a screen, which makes me think that it might just be a laser blaster, but I'm really not sure. If it's not a laser blaster, it's going to be a flywheel blaster, clearly, because there is no way to prime this as far as I can see. The trigger looks really uncomfortable because there's no place for your hand. The thumbhole stock looks like total crap. I'm not excited for this at all. And this was seen on the Orange Modworks website. Next up, we have another blaster from Orange Modworks that is coming soon. We, again, don't have a name for this, which is unfortunate, but this is more of a rifle-type blaster, and it looks pretty cool. So this one actually says Direct Plunger, and so it is going to take a half-dart magazine in the handle, but again, there's no way to prime it as far as I can tell, so an electronic direct plunger system, so kind of like a Stampede with a screen. I think this one might actually be pretty cool. I'm personally not a half-dart user, but I think this might be cool for those people that are. And even for those that aren't half-dart users, this might be a cool thing for an integration. Next up, we have a new product that is going to be coming soon from 3D Print Solid. This is a backpack that is going to complement their recent God Hopper for the Prometheus. And I think this thing looks really darn cool. So this thing may not be very practical, as it is 3D printed, so it's probably going to be very heavy. It is going to be pretty cool. They don't say how many rounds this is going to hold, but given that the God Hopper increases the capacity of the Prometheus to over 1,000 rounds, I'm guessing this one is going to be 2,000 or 3,000 rounds. And this is currently prototype version 8, and it is currently taking a 3 or 4S LiPo. It has a remote control that lets you control whether it's going forward or reverse for the impeller, along with the trigger to impulse the impeller drive. And this is giving you control over the fans and the feeding in one-handed operation. So this handle right here, I'm not sure why there's a handle there. Like, I get what they're saying, but this could all be solved, but that would include some actual internal modifications to the Prometheus itself, and that is not the goal for this thing. So anyways, I think this looks really cool, but it is going to be very expensive, I think we can assume, and it's going to be fairly heavy. Next up, we have a new feature from Amazon, but this is not a blaster or anything. This is now Amazon allowing you to virtually place the product in your house. So this is using AR, using your phone's camera, and then Amazon will display an image of how big the product is, in this case a Delta Trooper, on whatever surface you have this on. And this was originally leaked by Facebook user Jack Daw in Nerf Modders Welcome, and this is going to be really cool once they add more blasters, as it will be able to show like how much space it may take on a pegboard. Next up, we have Worker coming out with an Esper. So the Esper was originally made by Captain Slug, the creator of the Caliburn, and it is a 3D printed blaster that is very cheap and is elastic band powered. So Captain Slug recently teamed up with Worker to make the Worker Holy Sword blaster, which is just a Caliburn under the F10555 or Worker brand name. And so now I assume that he's teaming up with them again. I haven't heard anything of him teaming up with them, but since he did it earlier, I think we can assume he will be. And the original Esper was made to take katanas and Talon magazines, but now, since the Talon magazine is Worker's half-dart magazine, this is probably going to only take Talons and not katanas. We don't have a price or a release date on this, but this will probably be coming out pretty soon, knowing Worker. Next up, we have another product from Worker, and they're just churning them out. So this is a new target, and it's going to be a Flappy Targa, and I believe it's going to count every time you hit it with a dart. We don't have a price for this yet, but given that there is a triple version of this available currently for 12 United States dollars, this is probably going to be very cheap. Next up, we have the Nerf Bike that I and several other Facebook users spotted at Jared's Epic Nerf Battle 4. So this is going to hold darts and a jolt on the front part, and other than that, it's just a Nerf branded bike. And this is now available at some Walmarts across the United States for 88 United States dollars. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this episode of Nerf News, please like, share, and subscribe for weekly Nerf News, mods, reviews, and more. I'm the Nerf Modding Nerd, and I'll see you next time.